welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am your host, who else, man, but The Natty Teacher. Summer school is in session. It's Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Thursday, everybody. Today, our learning objective is to absolutely blast our new Pole B session. So what I like to kind of consider more of and it's kind of I don't know, maybe not the best way of looking at it, but I guess based on the exercise selection of today's pole workout, I'd say it makes sense. I like to think of it as more of my back thickness day, bringing in all the details, okay, all of the little bits and pieces. When you look at a really well-developed back, obviously genetics play a ginormous role in this, of course, but when you really look at a good, well-developed muscular back, when you're looking at it, you won't just see the back, so to speak. You won't just see just like the width of the back. When you have a really good muscular, well-developed back, it almost looks like there's little, just like individual little bits and pieces in there. And it's because there is. The back is made up of a variety of different muscle groups. And so when you have a well-developed back, all of those muscle groups pop, and it makes it look great. It makes it look thicker and denser and wider and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, so again, this is more of like working on the innards of the back, not just trying to get a wider back. The exercise selection today is trying to bring in all those details. So, a couple different rowing variations. We do have one pull down variation. We have some rear delts as well, some direct rear delt work. Two exercises. So instead of doing 3 working sets of one exercise, I actually have 2 working sets of another. I might actually do, I have 4 total working sets of rear delts, so I might do 3 in 1 or 2 in 2. We're gonna see. It'll be one of those 2 things for sure. A little bit of direct trap work as well, which of course is a part of the back, but just throwing that out there. And then some biceps, a little bit of forearms, and we do have some abs today as well. I already did my cardio this morning, so usually I do. The way that my schedule lines up now, a lot of the times I'm working out earlier in the morning. But today my mother-in-law actually came over and is hanging out with my daughter. So it's about 11 right now. So I did cardio fasted this morning, kept that at a good brisk pace, half hour of that, and then I've eaten twice since then. So that is my rule of thumb. If I ever do fasted cardio, and this is just a general rule of thumb I'd say for you guys as well, if you ever doing fasted cardio, I think that's great. Make sure before you go to the gym or back to the gym or whatever for weight training that you eat at least 2 full meals. Eat at least 2. Okay, get your body, give it some, and have a couple hours of rest too. Don't do your fasted cardio, go have a banana, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna go, break a bunch of PRs for chest. That's a lot. You just burn through a lot of calories and did not really replenish them very well. But anyways, Pole B session on the docket. A couple rowing variations. I'm excited. A couple new exercise. Well, really new, but new to this training cycle. So let's get in there. First exercise you're going to see is more of a neutral grip, chest supported machine row. Again, kind of working more towards those traps and rhomboids, a little bit of upper back as well. Again, really working on what I like to call the innards of the back, all those details, all the fine bits and pieces of it. So I'll see you in there. Top set of that chest-supported machine row is coming at you right now. Psych! I lied. Unintentionally, though. My bad, guys. So I talk about this in my outro as well. The first 2 exercises I did, I was having some camera issues, having some phone issues. Kept on having to restart my phone, so I finally, by the time I got to my 3rd exercise, was able to get it going. So the only things you missed here while this is going on in the background, I did again, 3 working sets of that chest-supported neutral grip row. Felt awesome, and then 3 working sets of some T-bar rows. So next week, they'll be in there for you unless I have phone issues again. But what we have here is our 3rd exercise, which we did 2 working sets of. I keep it in that 10 to 20 rep range now. And we are going to train much closer to failure here for sure, because we are, working with more reps and slightly less load than some of those heavier rowing exercises. But is a close grip underhand pull down, driving down through the sternum, really squeezing in the back. It's an awesome exercise for that back detail. So again, 8 total working sets of back today. Then moving on to rear delts, we have a machine rear delt fly. The weight I'm using today is actually about 20% less than what I would normally use on my first pull day, where I keep reps closer to that 10 to 12 rep range, or maybe even 8 to 12. Today, we did 3 total sets of 20 reps. This is my top set here. And so we did this for 20 in a row without stopping. And then we did 2 follow-up sets where we did 20 total reps in both of those sets. So 60 total reps of this machine rear delt fly between 3 different sets. Felt awesome, had a sick pump in the rear delts. Yeah, highly recommend if you're gonna do this same exercise, play with the rep ranges, man. If you're doing it twice in a week, mess around with it. Even something like a big compound movement like a bench press, very rarely do you see somebody go into the bench press and do a 5x5 on a Monday and then go back and do another 5x5 on a Thursday. Usually those rep ranges are mixed up. It should be the same for, all of your lifts if you're going to use that exercise more than once per week. Or you don't have to, but it's just a recommendation. Then something that I have not ever, I feel like I've done this exercise before, but definitely not since I've started making these videos and watching this back. I do want to make sure that I keep those elbows in much more of a neutral position, closer to the body, just based on how the muscle is actually inserted into the body. And that muscle I'm talking about is the rear delt. These are some dumbbell rear delt rows. So what we're doing is we're making sure that we're using enough weight to feel the rear delts here, but not enough weight to where when we bring the dumbbells in front of the body that they're swinging too far forward. So when you actually watch, if you watch closely, when I bring those dumbbells in front, other than when I'm taking a quick, rest here, when I bring the dumbbells in front, I'm not allowing them to fully swing forward all the way. You'll see they actually come to a stop. So make sure if you're doing this exercise that we're kind of throwing the dumbbells back behind us and and squeezing into the rear delt. But make sure you're not using so heavy of a weight to where when you bring the weight forward that it is, throwing your body forward or your arms forward, just at that point you're just ego lifting. So there's no point. So you'll see that each of these reps, the weight does come to a complete stop in front of the body. 1 working set of, I think, 32 reps of this. Then, boy howdy, had a lot of fun with this one. Lighten the load a little bit. It's just a Smith machine shrug. But what I did here is I really focused on doing full-blown hard pauses at the top. So really squeezing. I remember seeing a video with the Mountain Dog, may he rest in peace, Mr. John Meadows, where he talked about doing shrugs with a pause, whether it be dumbbells, barbell, Smith machine, other shrug machine, whatever, but really pausing at the top and holding. And I have become a huge fan of this. I feel like I've done pause shrugs before, but this was a really good hard pause. You can see I'm getting a really big squeeze at the top of the movement here. So really pulling that weight up with the traps, squeezing really hard, and then allowing the weight to track back down in a controlled manner. It's awesome, man. We did 2 working sets here, both 15 reps, both with 2 plates. It felt phenomenal. Again, drop the ego, do it right, get sick pumps, get good, awesome, amazing growth. Then biceps. We got to train the bicep, yeah. Machine preacher curls. I see, and this is not a shot at anyone in particular, but I would say that 90% of gym goers who I have seen use this machine use it in what most people, if you really look back at their form, would consider incorrectly. Using way too much weight. Your arms are, look at where your arms are. They're in a very vulnerable position here. Essentially, your arms are doing all the work. It is like using an arm blaster here. Old school piece of equipment, but your arms should be doing all of the work here, okay? So find a comfortable spot to where your elbows are at the bottom or very close to the bottom of the pad. Make sure your arms are not lifting up off of the pad, okay? And drive that weight up, hold the top very briefly, sometimes maybe even a little longer as you get closer and closer to failure, and then stretch those arms out. Stretch them out, man. Stretch them out. We did 3 total working sets here. Keeping the reps in that 10 to 15 rep range is ideal for a movement like this. Short breaks too, man. I would say probably 60 to 90 seconds at the most. I don't think you really need more than that for biceps. I think 2 or 3 minutes for a bicep curl is a little excessive, but get those sick pumps, watch those arms grow. Then to end the bicep portion, again, we did 3 working sets of preachers. We did 3 working sets of this, and even shorter breaks in between because it's a 1-arm movement. So when you're doing a 1-arm movement, dude, you could essentially just go back and forth between arms if you really wanted to, because when you're using one arm, you're not using the other. So what we have here is some standing 1-arm cable curls facing towards the cable tower. Okay. And again, really focusing on getting that full stretch and then holding in that fully contracted portion. So we're allowing that arm, you'll watch here, it goes completely straight, and then we're contracting to where we are squeezing the crap out of the bicep, at least for a brief moment. It does not have to be for a 10-second hold or something like that. That's ridiculous. So again, keep this exercise in those higher rep ranges. I would recommend that 12 to 20 rep range. Short breaks, maybe 30 seconds, after you complete both arms, and then go back to, that first arm again. You don't need long breaks. Get those sick freaking pumps, dude. Watch your arms balloon up out of control, but do it right and drop the ego. It's a simple thing, but people just tend to overcomplicate this. Drop the weight, do it right, and build it correctly. That's it. That's bodybuilding in a nutshell. Whole B session in the books. 10 out of 10 workout, guys. I apologize. I know I mentioned in my voiceover as well, but I apologize that I did not get footage for the first 2 exercises. My phone was totally screwed up. I got an iPhone 11, and I'd say probably once a day at this point. The touchscreen doesn't work on it, and so I couldn't even get my phone open. I had to restart it probably close to 15 times, and it finally worked. But for a little while there, it did not work at all, so that was very frustrating. So again, I apologize for not having some footage of that. But yeah, awesome workout, guys. Felt amazing, felt super strong, or definitely feeling stronger, I should say, coming off of that week off. And I can feel that strength just increasing and kind of surging in. Dude, I'm staying lean. I'm really lean right now still, which is nice. I mean, not like contest shredded lean, but definitely still very lean. And I would say my overall caloric intake still is dang near like 4,200 calories, 4,000 to 4,200 calories. So I'm doing it right. I'm not, a big advocate of going and having some massive like meal or 2 on the weekend and having like 8,000 calorie days. Don't need to do that. Every once in a while I'll throw in like a fun meal, but for me, I like to kind of spread everything so I can have like a treat essentially every day in the off season, and that's been really nice, man. I've been making some homemade protein bars, and doing my wife makes these awesome little frozen protein ball things. I'll throw in a little extra fruit. Dude, it's just a great way to satisfy your sweet tooth and satisfy that like urge to have more without indulging in something that's gonna like negatively affect your body. It's awesome. So yeah, but yeah, dude, awesome workout. Felt great. Just awesome. I can just feel it. I can feel that, like I said, just feel that strength increasing, feel that mind-muscle connection increasing. My focus and clarity right now is again, just surging back with along with my strength. So dude, it was awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome workout. So join me tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be another early one. Early one. I'm gonna try to get stuff uploaded pretty early as well. But tomorrow's going to be an early one. Got to work out before the wife goes to work. So we have hamstrings and glutes tomorrow morning. So no cardio before then. We will do cardio, of course, still, but cardio after. And then we have a nice rest day Saturday. Probably we'll still do a little bit of cardio in the morning. I'm not sure yet. And maybe go for a walk instead of doing the bike. Something to keep the body moving a little bit. But have a nice rest day Saturday, and then be back at it again next week. But Saturday, make sure you tune in, because this was actually a recommendation from one of my homeboys, and you know who you are, boy. You know who you are. So if you're seeing this video, the video I'm going to make Saturday is for you, but also for everybody, because it was a great idea. So my man, who will remain unnamed here. This was his idea. On Saturday, I'm going to break down all my different supplements and like what they actually do, why I take them, what purpose they serve, all that kind of fun stuff, within my daily routine. So anyways, join me tomorrow for some hamstrings and glutes. But for today, summer school is out and I'm the natty teacher, but I flipped that. I'm the natty teacher and summer school is out. There we go. That sounds a little bit better. I'll catch you on the flippity flop.